What's up guys, Blade Master here, going to be bringing you a potentially new series if you like this idea. Welcome to Total War Tactics, where I'll try and explain an interesting situation and what goes on behind it. For my first episode, I'm going to be talking about exploiting the numbers advantage. This is a situation from my first round match in the Use It and Lose It tournament, and I've put a link in the description if you want to check the whole match out. The Gedai mainline is comprised of 4 noble swords. These guys cost 1260 talents and have essentially everything going on for them. Incredible aggressiveness, charge, health and morale, and even a 40% missile block chance that makes them the second strongest melee infantry unit in the game after the Oath Zone, and a terror for any spear infantry. However, even bringing 4 of them brings your total cost up to 5080 talents, or a little less than half of your total funds for just 4 units, meaning the rest of this army is comprised of pretty much low tier, cheap units. On the other hand, I'm commanding RDI with 4 Illyrian Noble Hoplites. These guys are badass spear units. They cost 1060, or 15% less than a Noble Sword unit, but they are of course a spear unit. But for a spear unit, they are very powerful. They are the most heavily armored unit in the game at 115 armor, and have very high attack stats for a spear unit. Crucially though, the fact that they are cheaper allows me to bring 2 extra Illyrian Hoplites, which are mid-tier spear infantry. Finally, the Gedai Noble Swords commander is a strategist general, which is a deadly general choice. By popping the second wind ability after he uses Headhunt on his Noble Swords, he can remove all the fatigue penalties that Headhunt costs in exchange for its insane boosts to melee attack, making the Noble Sword general potentially incredibly deadly. With no access to Headhunt myself, I have gone for a Warrior General, who counters the Strategist General perfectly with the Intimidate ability that removes the use of special abilities on the targeted unit for an extended period of time. So what happens when the 2 infantry lines meet? Gedai has to split its Noble Swords wide because of the threat posed by the extra Illyrian Hoplites and the Celtic warriors on the flanks. This forces him to leave a crucial gap bang in the center of his army. Now, while 3 of my Illyrian Noble Infantry engage 3 of his Noble Swords, my Illyrian Hoplites are dealing with the 4th. Free to advance, I move my general up, which he notices and tries to intercept with his Bow Horsemen smartly, but the versatility of the spear shows there and the Bow Horsemen die to the Hoplites in no time. At this point, his general has used Battle Rhythm and Headhunt once and needs to use Second Wind in order to get his guys fresh, otherwise they stay tired. So I rush in through that gap with my general and immediately drop Intimidate on his general. So my Illyrian Noble who is facing him won't get obliterated in a matter of seconds. Next, I move my slingers and my general behind his general. So I rear charge and get a good number of kills, around 25. Then, because I rear charged his general who was engaged with someone else previously, I can safely pull my general out of there and prepare for another charge, or in this case, intercept one of his spear units that was trying to get at my slingers. The case of quantity over quality is really going to show here because now my 240 talent slave slingers are going to slaughter the enemy general, because slingshots, or anything really, hit into the rear of a unit causes severe casualties. Now his general faces up against my general who finished off the enemy spear unit. Usually a Noble Sword would win this engagement, but his unshielded side faces my slingers and they just let the Noble Swords have it, while I drop a second Intimidate on his general so he's not able to use Headhunt even once before the Noble Swords general dies. The general's death sends a morale shock throughout the Gedai army, which gives me a decisive edge over my opponent in this match. Quality matters a lot, but a proper mix of quantity and quality will be sure to win you the match. Hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of this engagement. If you want to see more of stuff like this, then please let me know. Until next time guys, peace.